Hello friends and welcome to my channel. It's been quite a long time since I filmed a full video, but I'm here now, and I had put a poll up on my Instagram and I asked if for my first video of 2024, would you all like to see the notebooks and planners I would be using? And it was a resounding yes. So here I am. So we'll start with planners. And then we can kind of move into the notebooks. I think that is the right thing to do here. So I have 2 weeks, and if you watched my Hobonichi unboxing, which I'll put up here, then you would have seen these already. So this one is just regular weeks. It's not the mega, and I have done minimal decoration in here. So my thought with this is to just keep things as plain as possible, not to get too caught up into wanting to make it more creative, because I did find last year sometimes that kind of hindered me a little bit, in that I wasn't in the creative mind space, and so I held off working in my Hobonichis, and then a day turns into 2, and then 2 days turns into a week, and then it's a month, and then I still haven't touched it. So very quickly, I'm using the log for my daily tarot pulls, and then I'm not really doing a lot with the calendar. I never really do in the weeks. And this is just like a general everyday log, basically. So I do some light planning. I have priority task for the day, and then just an overall like general task that I need to complete that day. And then I have a column for media, my tracker, what I'm studying, and then anything I need to think about for next week. And then I have a little box for notes. So I'm keeping it pretty simple in here. And then in the back, I don't believe I've started logging anything. I'm not really a tracker person. Like, this is as far as I'll go with trackers. But I think I've started like a grocery list here. Like a grocery list section, yes, because I tend to shop for things, and then I forget that I have this ingredient or this food in my pantry. So this is an attempt at tracking that. But other than that, I don't have anything on here. I may have done a pen test. No, I have not. So that's it for this general. This is more like a daily, I would say, planner. I look at this daily. And then this is another Hobonichi weeks, and this one is my health log. So again, minimal decoration, and then I won't show the log. So this Hobonichi weeks is specifically for health logging, so there isn't really a lot of planning here. It's more of a tracker for my overall health. So here I have tracked my weight. And with the monthlies, I didn't do anything for December because I didn't start working in these until January, but I tried to just record quickly like what my mood was like that day. And then on the actual like weekly pages, I have 3 sections. I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so I can track what I'm eating. The first week was just me eating my normal eating habits, so I can see what needed to change. So all the pink is like all the sugar I consumed. And then here I have movement, and then I have a tracker just for like health reasons, like sugar intake, fiber, my supplements, if when I have headaches, when I'm meditating, did I wear my health watch that day, and am I taking meds? And then I have a tracker for just for energy, because my energy is very sporadic day to day. So I just wanted to start tracking that to see if I could find any patterns, specifically with moon phases. And so I've started to track the different moon phases for each day. And then I also track my steps and then what the average step was or average steps were for the week, and then a total of the steps. So that's been going okay. And one of the reasons I held off for so long before making this video is because I actually wanted to work in here and see what's working and not working. But so far these have been great. I've been keeping up, and it's really cool to see week to week how my pages fill out. And then finally we have the A5 cousin, and I kept the decoration very minimal. I got some tabs from Susie's Tiny Desk on Patreon. She's Aja Art. I'll link her, but I get most of the printables in here are from her, and then some of them are my own from my Patreon. So I just put a picture here. I put my info on these little squares here, and again, minimal decoration. So here I'm covering it because it's like my income and expenses, but that's what I started to track, and then I kind of lost track. I didn't stay with it. Like, I think I'm missing a week in here, but that is the plan, to track what income is coming in on the top part, and then day to day, what am I spending my money on, just so that I can have a better picture of my finances and sort of like my spending habits. And so this one, I was not going to do anything for December, but because 2 of my dogs passed away, I wanted like somewhere to commemorate them in this new place, so I can always look back in here and just see them. And I really like how December turned out. I've started January. Again, it's kind of minimal. I'm trying not to use too many stickers or anything like that. So yeah. Hello, Editing Dolly here. I had to take the original sound off this piece because I had to cover up all the sensitive information in my weeklies related to work. So I'll put a picture over it so you can kind of get the idea of what it is. It's just simple time blocking and highlighting where I have like hard stops for work, and that's really all that it is. I again tried to keep things as simple as possible, because when it gets too creative and too much set upon decorating the pages, I get lost in the sauce. So yeah, that's all. And then this is probably my favorite part, is the dailies, and I have allowed myself to be creative in here. So these are my vision boards for 2024. And for each monthly page, I don't really write anything down, but I do create like a moodscape about what I want the month to feel like. And so very happy and celebratory, and kind of amping up on my spiritual studies and things like that. And so I decided that I was not going to get the little A5 this year for my gratitude, and so I split up the page into 3 sections. So one section is just gratitude, and then here is like my daily journaling, and at the bottom it's whatever I want it to be. So if that's commonplacing, or if I want to write my thoughts and feelings, or if I want to put pictures, it's basically, that's all that I'll put there. So I'm having so much fun with my daily pages. I love putting pictures. I love writing about random stuff. Like this was a fairy, we called it the fairy tree on the trail because it had little little mushrooms growing on the side and like a little step ladder up the tree, and they cut it down because I guess it was diseased. Sometimes I'll write quotes. So again, it's whatever I want. I've been drawing in here. Yeah, and of course I love Susie's digitals, and I started to use some like pet tape or PET tape, or I'm not sure what you call it, but I'm giving you all like a sneaky peek here. I still have to do tonight, but I did also like start planning ahead and getting stuff in ahead before the writing, because I also found last year that I would get really frustrated when I'd forget to pre-watercolor and kind of decorate my pages a little bit, because then it just felt so overwhelming when you had a week and now you had to figure out like, okay, what happened this day, what happened this day. So here I just little by little kind of put pictures in. I make sure to like watercolor really far out and decorate a little bit. So that is my planner system. It may seem like a lot. I think maybe some people will feel like this is too much, and it is not for me, but I know this could be too much for someone else, and you just have to find what is right for you. This is like an extension of this, so if I'm going out, I'm not gonna carry this big thing, so I carry this instead, and this just stays in my dining room in one of the drawers so that I can document like my health stuff. So that is it for my planners. And next up we have notebooks. So notebooks, again, there aren't very many for me, but this might seem like a lot for some people. So I got this as an experiment, really. I didn't really have a need for it, and I really kind of considered selling this, because when I started like going through my planners and all the ideas I had, I really didn't have an idea for this. So what I decided to do with this one is just, this is where I record text that I research. So actual books that I read and I gather knowledge from, and then I regurgitate that knowledge into here, because I learn with rote memorization. Like for me to memorize things and pieces of information, I have to write them out. So with that being said, I decorated very lightly in here. I'm not doing anything with these tracker pages. I did some like astrology printouts and I put them here on the first cover. I'm not going to be using these monthly pages really for anything, except for maybe like more of these like reference grids. And then we get to our weeklies. Now initially I was not going to use the weeklies either, but because I was already doing like tarot pulls, I decided that I could start using this as a tracker of what's coming through, and also like quickly write out what the meanings are of the cards. And so this has been really helpful. What I use is sometimes if I forget, because I use my other Hobonichi weeks to track day to day what comes out, I will go back into this weekly and fill it out, and then kind of go and review each card. If I see a pattern, like in the previous week there were a lot of kings, for example, so I'll write something about what that could possibly mean. So really this is just, again, for learning purposes. And then we get to the dailies. And so the dailies, again, are kind of like just notes on what I'm learning, what book am I reading right now, and I'm doing just one book at a time so I don't get overwhelmed. I started to put some pictures in here relating to what I was reading, and so yeah, I'm not trying to stress myself out about this. Again, this is a experiment. I don't know what I thought a Han was, but for some reason, like, I didn't expect it to be dated. I know it's like a planner, but yeah, I think moving forward, a Han isn't really for me, just not because there's anything wrong with it, but just because it's basically a planner, and what I needed was more of a notebook. So I think this year what I'll do is I'll get just a regular A5 notebook and use that instead. Then we have a little A6 day free, and this was another like experiment. I was just curious to see what a day free was like, and again, it was one of those things where I didn't think this was what I thought it was. Here I was tracking what I'm reading, and then also I divided the columns in half, and I'm tracking what the theme or title is of what I'm commonplacing. So this has become my commonplace, and here, same thing, I'm kind of just writing on what day did I watch what, did I read what. I haven't been very good at keeping up. But I don't know that I'll continue this, just because I'm already doing this in my my weeks, so there really isn't a point to this, I guess, is what I'm saying. So I think I will just leave the calendar blank. And the good thing about this one, which I wish the Han was like this, is that it doesn't have weekly layout, so one less thing to worry about. And again, just commonplacing, not so much things that I'm reading as text, just things and interests that come up that are like more internet based, that I'm kind of doing Google searches on, and I find a good article and I'll write that down. I started to put quotes and some pictures in here. But yeah, this has been fun. Again, I think next year, or rather later this year, I will not get a day free. I might just get like a little A5 Hobonichi notebook, because I love the paper, but I just don't care for like the rest of the stuff in here, like all this stuff in the back, and the calendar and the tracker. Like, it's not anything that I need, because I already have that in my other planners. Then I have a Midori A5, and this is my AM pages, which I won't show. I'll just give you a quick little flip. I don't love this, and that is because I like to write my AM pages with a fountain pen, and this paper is a bit toothy for me. So my pen doesn't flow as smoothly as it does on the Tomoe paper. So I, again, don't think I will be getting another one of these. Once this one's done, I have thought about getting maybe a sterling ink notebook, because that has Tomoe paper. And also, for some reason, I do love cream paper when it comes to like drawing or painting, but when it comes to like writing with my fountain pens, I prefer a white paper, because I feel like this color interferes with the color of the ink and sort of like the way the ink reacts with the paper. So yeah, but it's a cute size. It's nice and plain. It's fine for what I need it for now. And then last but not least is this composition sized Moleskine. So during the Christmas break, I went to one of the home goods store. I can't remember, TJ Maxx or Marshalls, I can't remember. But they had a pack of 6 of these for like $7. And it's Moleskine. Now this paper is also toothy, but for what I need it for, it doesn't matter. This is more for like creative writing and writing ideas and more writing centric, not necessarily with my fountain pen, but just like jotting ideas down basically. So it works great for that. So that is all, guys. I know that seems like a lot, but for me, it's been really fun so far. It's been eye-opening. I really hope I can keep on this. I'll do like a 6-month update sometime in the summer, so that I can let you know how it's working out, if I changed anything or if it's all still the same. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I want to thank you so much for stopping by. I love you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.